myself a validation trainer from the company Connect Consultancy. So move forward to the quick sharing my screen. Just let me confirm whenever my screen is visible.
Yeah, we are able to see your screen.
Okay. Okay. So about the company, we have started a consultancy in the 2005, and from the 2005 we have trained many of the peoples from the different certification courses we have just provided to the students. So right now this today's topic is for the pharmaceutical validation. So validation is very important for the pharmaceutical industries, as well as the all of the industries having the manufacturing. So this is the company connect consultancy. This is our contact information. From by this information as well as the web, you can connect to us. Moving forward to the next slide. These are the career growth with the validation that is right now ongoing, like the multi-dimensional opportunity available, pharmaceutical industries, IT software industries, clinical trial industries, same way the medical device industries, consultant, everywhere the pharmaceutical validation is mainly important in all these type of the industries. Same way the validation, that is a peak a career growth in the industry level. So starting salary for the validation people, that is start from the 30K to the 40K in the India, and related the career growth that is a 50% higher than the other courses. And same way exposure to corporate environment. So validation is very important. And same way, if you move forward with the validation, then company will provide you the 5-day working as well as the other benefits. And same way the salary scope, that is a more higher than the other topics or other functionality. So these are the industrial training courses that we are offering, like computer system validation, quality assurance, and quality control certification courses. Same way the pharmacovigilance, clinical research, CDMS, medical writing. These are the medical devices courses. Next is the equipment qualification, HVAC validation, cleaning validation, water validation, process validation. What is the today's topic? It will also cover in this validations of validation certification, as well as the regulatory affairs like US, TGA, and LIMS application and its validation. These are the certification courses that is a very important for the industries that we are offering. So the today's topic is for the validation. So validation and qualification, that is a mainly important for the industries right now. For starting off any of the activities, there is a validation is very important. So in the validation certification courses, we are covering these 10 modules, like 5 in this slide, as well as the next 10 total 10 modules we are covering in our routine classes whenever we start with the routine batch. So in the routine batch, we are going forward with the all covering of all the modules having the different type of the validation documents. Like first one module is the these are the mainly topics that will cover in the detailed session. So first module is the quality assurance, quality control, including the quality management system in the pharmaceutical as well as the healthcare industries. Like there is a in the industry that for the pharmaceutical or any devices or any industry, there is a quality function is the main core area. So quality as well as the quality assurance and quality control. When we are going for the next actual batches, then we cover all the topics related to quality management system, like what is the change management, a change management procedure, what are the deviations, what are the corrective action and the preventive action, what is the APQR, and everything related to quality system that we are going to cover in the pharmaceutical validation certification courses. Next one is the introduction of the validation. So what is the importance of the validation and what are the current approaches for the validation study, how it will be going, what are the current scenario for the, as well as the what is the basic requirement for the validation, that everything will cover in the introduction of the validation part. Next one is the in-process quality assurance and in-process quality control and the audits. So in the industry, any of the industry, either it is the pharmaceutical, either it is the life sciences, everywhere the IPQA and IPQC role is very important and major role. So same way the validation is a core part of this quality function as well as the audit. So overall, when you are working with the qualification or the validation function, is indirectly you are the part of the quality function. So that is a major role. And what are the criteria for the IPQA, what are the activities that is performed by the IPQA, same way what is the difference between a quality control as well as the quality assurance, as well as there is a audit plan is there, like that is the internal audit or the external audit, what are the non-conformance handling, that everything will go with the detail in the detail session about the audit, as well as the quality functions are there, what is the management system, quality management system having the all the function, all the details, like the what is the change procedure, when you are going to change anything in the document or and or any in the facility, that everything will cover in the quality management system. Same way many of the guideline and many of the regulatory, that is many of the requirement for the different requirement having the regulatory authority, that will cover in the detail while the having a detailed session. Then next one is the process validation. Whenever same way we can say like it is a product validation. So we'll cover like, so what is the oral dosage form, like for the tablet capsule as well as the injectable or the oral dosage like syrup, ointment, that everything, what is the type of the process validation, how it will be going, what is the existing batches, that everything will cover in the process validation module. Next one is the computer system validation. Whenever any computer system that we are going to plan, like computer system validation, like right now we are going to use many of the softwares, like for example Excel. The basic example is the Microsoft Excel. We are using the Microsoft Excel. So in the industry, there is a Excel is also validated. So that is called as a computer system validation. So any of the new software from the installation or the procurement to the validation, as well as URS, user requirement specification finalization, based on that installation of installation qualification, operational qualification, performance qualification, and last one is the validation summary report. Everything from the initial to the end means go live the system, then post maintenance of that software or system, that will cover in the computer system validation part. Next one is the government regulation as well as the certification. So whenever any company or any industry that will try to the certification of the notified body, so at that time there is a many of the requirement of the regulatory authority. So everything, what is the ICH guideline for the different for the pharmaceutical qualification validation, as well as the quality function, what is the QMS functionality quality management system requirement for the ICH, what is the requirement of the ISO. Many of the similar requirements are there, but some of the difference in the requirement, so that everything will cover in this government and regulation and certification module. Next one is the HVAC system validation. In the HVAC system validation will cover like what is the qualification, how it will be proceed, what are the criteria of the validation, how it will be implemented, like what is the installation, how it will be uh, effective, then what is the maintenance of this system, and what is the requirement, same way what is the regulatory requirement, that everything will cover in this HVAC system validation module. Next one is the equipment qualification. Wherever an equipment that is comes in the site of any of the industry, that will start with the equipment qualification, and after the successful qualification, system equipment will use for the further production. So whenever any equipment comes, so at that time qualification or the validation, that is a mainly important. So in this equipment qualification session, we are going to detail like how equipment will be qualified, what is the major equipment, what are the minor critical equipment, so that everything will cover in this equipment qualification. Same way, what is the installation, what is the operation, how the performance qualification will be carried out, what is the calibration, what is the validation, that everything will cover in this equipment qualification part. Next one is the water system validation. In the water system validation, everything like whatever the water that are using in the industry, or that any life science medical industry or medical industry, that what are the testing parameters, same way what is the phase 1, phase 2, water system qualification from starting, what is the purified water, different type of the water that are using in the industry for the different purpose. Like for the manufacturing industry using the water for injection, so what is the water for injection, what is the difference, what is the criteria, how the testing is ongoing for this validation, so everything will go with this water system validation. And the next one is the transport validation. Whenever any product that is a manufactured from the site and site to the customer, whenever the product is reached to the customer, so the transport validation will validated, like during the transition from the manufacturing site to the customer, there is a, if there is any breakage or any, means to avoid the market complaint from the customer, they're having a one procedure of the transport validation. There is a different criteria for the validation. There is a many of the criteria, like if we are if we are sending a product from the manufacturing site to the customer by sea, so at that time transport validation that is performed in the sea, means whatever the actual route of the product, same way we are going to the transport validation of that route. So in the transport validation, same way we are going to detail like what are the criteria, what are the test parameter we are testing during this validation study, and how the validation testing is ongoing, what are the team functions that are involved in the transport validation. So everything will cover about the validation in this all 10 sessions. So moving forward to the next step, I have prepared some of the slide for your understanding. Like so, that is the first slide. That is the quality assurance, as well as the quality control. So what is the quality assurance, quality control in the pharmaceutical and healthcare industry? So QA and QC are the two aspects of the quality management. While some quality assurance and quality control activity are interrelatable, but these two are defined differently, because QA and QC will work together as a part of the overall quality management system, and both are very essential for the achieving and maintaining the regulatory compliance, because QA and QC that combinedly make the quality system. So it is a part of the quality system. These two are the interrelatable. There is a no any difference. There is a difference in the QA and QC portion, because QA is the uh, QA is the set of the processes that ensure the quality in the development of the product. It is proactive approach to prevent the defect and the low quality. So these two functions that is always work for the quality. So these are interrelatable, and same way effective quality assurance build the quality control into the product's entire life cycle. So mainly the QA is the proactive approach, and quality control that are the preventive action that builds the high quality of the product. So that both the functions are very important for the industry to give the high assurity product. So effective quality assurance build the quality control into products entire life cycle. So the process and actions such as the documenting standard operating procedure should ensure the product is safe and effective. So many of the procedures, what is the SOPs, how it will be ensure that product is safe and effective. So these are the main. I have just elaborated a few of the points over here, but right now the quality assurance and quality control, that is a huge part of the industry. So that will be we'll discuss in the detailed session. So here is the what is the quality control in the pharmaceutical as well as the healthcare industry. So quality control is the product oriented. It is used uses to test the procedure to verify that a finished product is safe, effective, meet the standard. QC is the reactive because it is exist, identify and correct the defect and error after they have happened. So quality control function have a many of the activities like they are recording, they are testing, they are written sample, validation, sampling, lab, everything that is a QC. So quality assurance that is everywhere from the initial to the end, but quality control that is comes with the when the product is manufactured. So after whenever the testing is ongoing, so from there quality control activities will be start. So, what is the pharmaceutical quality management system? So, pharmaceutical quality management system is the comprehensive collection of the policies, process, and procedure designated to ensure and maintain uniform and the high quality in the production of the pharmaceutical product. The QMS must reflect the specific need of the pharmaceutical company and the applicable regulatory requirements. A robust pharmaceutical quality system that reflect the applicable requirement can also help the pharmaceutical company to mitigate the risk, improve customer satisfaction, as well as streamline the quality processes. So if the company having a standard or the any stand quality policy or pharmaceutical quality system, that many of the chances to reduce the quality complaint, to mitigate the risk as well as the improve the customer satisfaction. So strongly pharmaceutical quality management system is very important for the industry. So here I have mentioned the pharmaceutical quality management system include the several procedures, but it is not limited to. First one is the document management. So we can say like document controlling. So evidence is any of the industry, there is a evidence is more important. If you have not write anywhere, so we can assume like it will be not happen. So document management is very important. Next is the change control. Any of the change that is either it is a document related, either it is equipment related, or either anything in the facility, that will go with this change control procedure. Next one is the training management. Training management is very important. If your person is very carefully trained, very skilled, then and then your procedure will be followed, your SOPs or your policies will be followed if your peoples are very trained. So training management is very important. Audit management, yes, audit management is also important because either it is an internal audit or either it is an external audit. So audit management program is very important. Kappa management, if there is any complaint or any out of specification or any deviation will happen in this in your system, then it at that time corrective action and preventive action kappa management is very important. And one another part is the kappa effectiveness. If you have implemented one of the kappas, but that effectiveness of kappa, it is very important, because based on that effectiveness you can like a test like your kappa is effective or not. Same the deviation management. If there is any departure from your standard procedure, so at that time deviation management is important to approve the reoccurring of that same problem or minimize that same complaint from the market, and many of the things that will be covered in this deviation management. program, and many of the others that is also covered in the part of the QMS. So overall summary, the quality management system for the any of the industry, that is a mainly important. Second is the validation. So in the validation life cycle, we are covering everything from the starting from the user requirement specification preparation. What is the requirement? So any of the software that we are going to procure, that is based on the user requirement specification, URS. So based on URS, we are going to planning, then designing the specification. Like in the designing, there is a functional specification. So in that specification part, there is everything is mentioned, like what is the functionality that is available, design specification. So how the system will be designed, traceability report, everything will covered in this design part. That construction, like whenever there is a coding or the document source coding or any unit or any integration testing is there, so everything that is covered in this construction part. And after the design is finalized, then it will go with the installation configuration. So after the installation configuration, that is a move toward the operation qualification and the performance qualification. So this is the overall the validation life cycle from the user URS URS to the operational management, same by the reporting, the revalidation, as well as the decommissioning. So decommissioning means you are going to deactivate your functionality, means discontinue the system from your uh, industry. So this is the overall validation life cycle that any industry or any devices or any life science industry that is using for introduction of any of the documents, sorry, any of the softwares or any of the equipment. So this is the validation, basic validation life cycle. So IPQ and IPQC, that is a mainly important. What is the IPQC? That is the going means in process quality control. What are the parameter they are testing in the sterile product? Means pH, conductivity, leakage, volume test. So these all the testing that is done by the IPQC, and same way many of the tests like sterility, BT, that is done by the QC. So next one is the process validation. So process validation is the step-by-step procedure that is a designated to ensure that the manufacturing process can consistently produce the quality product. So process validation, if that is a actual procedure that we are performing by the team of the quality assurance and the manufacturer in the industry to validate the process, whatever the product we are manufacturing. Same way we are going for the take a three batches of that process validation batches, and based on the outcome of that result we can define as a product process are the monitor. And we get, if we get the satisfactory result, then we can evaluate and conclude that like our batches, process validation batches, or whatever product we have manufactured, that is satisfactory, and there is no any chances to any receiving of that complaint. So including all the validation established at the onset, a protocol should specify how the validation process will be carried out, including the parameter to be monitored and the sample to be taken and the result to be accepted. So in the process validation protocol, the everything should be mentioned, like what is the general procedure, how the activity will be going, how the manufacturing is going, what is the CPP, CPQA, CPQ, like what are the testing or test parameter to be monitored during the validation. So everything that is covered in this process. Whenever we are going for the detailed session for the process validation, we will cover everything. Same way in this is the process validation flow, like initial pilot scale to define the CQA, CPP, that is the process qualification. In the qualification we are defined like what is the scaling batch, define the number of batches, what is the risk management, change management, what is the product life cycle, that everything is covered in this process validation life cycle. So last one is the computer system validation. In the computer system validation, what I have already told earlier, like in the from the starting defining from the URS to the go live of any system, then after the maintenance of the system, everything will cover in this computer system validation part. So there is a different of the regulatory, there is a for the compliance or testing or validation qualification, so that everything will cover in this CSV. And same way many of the regulatory have a different requirements, so about the requirement for the regulatory authority, same way we'll discuss in that session. So in the European country, usually referred to as the computer system validation, is a process of testing, validating qualification, or regulatory. So as per the USFD 21 CFR, computer system validation is very important to safe, secure, and reliable as a paper-based record to prepare. This is widely used in the pharmaceutical, life sciences, biotech industry, and software testing. But with the more formal and documented approach, the validation process begin with the validation planning, system requirement, testing, verification activity, and validation reporting. So here the system requirement defining testing. So requirement defining means URS, verification activity, that is the installation qualification, operational qualification, what we are going to perform in the validation study, and validation reporting, that is a VSR, validation summary reporting. So validation summary reporting that contain all the details from the URS to the whatever the installation we are performing, everything that is comes under this validation reporting. And same way operational phase, retirement and retention of the system data based on the regulatory rules, everything that is covered in this computer system validation. So this is the V model that generally used for any of the equipment and any of the software, like planning to URS to design qualification, installation, operational qualification, PQ, and the reporting. So this is the career growth in the pharmaceutical validation in terms of the position, the salary. So from the 2.16 lakh to 5 lakh, whenever you are going to start your career with the pharmaceutical validation, there is a mainly basic higher approach than the other functions. So starting your position with the is associate executive to CEO level, and mainly your package criteria that is comes with the 25 to 27 lakh per annum. So this is the career growth of the pharmaceutical validation in terms of the position as well as the salary. So validation is mainly important for the industry, and same way in case of the position as well as the salary growth, it is a very important. And these are the benefit to join our institute, like free membership for lifetime to
Oh,
available
hello.
jet. Yes.
Hello. Hey, 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 سامعك
Hello.
سامعك.
Hello. Benefit to join our institute is the free membership for the lifetime to available chat with her lecturer and the other members of the same group, and same way interview based questions, answer free access, mock interview classes, as well as placement assistant is also provided by our company. Two batches can be joined with the same fees. Recording of our class will be available on the site to recall and create your own notice. Resume preparation, we can assist you to prepare your resume. So these are the mainly benefit to join our institute, and we have a skilled faculty to train you in the each and every certification courses. So these are the courses that we are offering, like computer system validation, pharmacovigilance, clinical research, medical writing, that we have already discussed. Like there is some of the other courses like learning validation. So these all the covers in this validation part, and same way regulatory affair professionals. And pharmacovigilance, clinical research professionals, then pharmaceutical quality professional, then pharma industry professional, pharmaceutical GMP professional, and project management program. So these are the courses that we are offering for the certification of different functions of the pharmaceutical industry, as well as the medical device industry, as well as the healthcare industry or the life sciences. So these are the basic as well as the mainly core area of the any of the industries, and it is very important. So in this all the courses that is a helpful to provide the knowledge, to gain the knowledge, to improve yourself. So everything that is covered in this all certification courses. So these are our contact information from the company connect consultancy. You can also mail us in this mail ID. Same way you can search by this web and having our contact details. So you can also contact us on this above detail. So thank you so much everyone to join with us. Is there any questions to anyone about this topic as well as any other details to better understand from the company and consultancy? Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, this is Trilochan. Actually, I have some query regarding that. I want to join that computer system validation certification course. Uh, is it means if now I am working in QC, around 11-year experience with me. So can I
Okay.
join to see certification course and can I change my work profession?
No,
Yeah.
you can join our company consultancy and you can get a certification. So for your knowledge improvement or your in professional career growth, it is very helpful to your career as well, to having the much of the knowledge in expertise of any of the one core area. So it is helpful for you.
Okay. Okay. No, is there any means like platform like you are providing any means, you are for the next like I want to change my career to like software like that. So is there any
Okay.
chance because I get
Lochan,
certificate? Is,
are you going to join only CSV or pharmaceutical validation?
only CSP, sir.
Only CSV. So that is a separate certification. You can contact
Okay.
to madam on the provided number. Okay. She will provide the
Okay.
details on the CSV. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Any other question?
So, is there any questions to anyone about the certification courses as well as the topics, or we have any different topics for the other functions as well? So, if you have any questions, you can ask.
So the pharmaceutical validation course will be start from these Saturdays means after this. So if you wanted to be have a join the course, just contact on these numbers. Okay. So I think if no questions, we can close the call.
Okay, so these are the contact information. If you require to certification login, you can connect on this contact details. And thank you so much, everyone, for your joining as well as moving forward to see you in the next batch. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.